Hello and welcome everyone to TYT Sports Week 11 of the NFL season. Michael Schur of whatever you're doing now, Heather Ankeny of RotoWire, and
Al Jazeera Sports.
Al Jazeera Sports, and Ben Mankiewicz. So Sunday Night Football last night, the Broncos and Chiefs. Obviously the game of the week this week. Broncos 27-17
Some people think the
winners.
Niners
Yeah,
Saints is the game.
we'll get to that. We'll get to Dolphins Chargers.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in just a moment. Even though I think you did lose to me last week in our NFL picks. That Bengals pick I think was the biggest one, the decisive one. So I'm sorry to report that to you.
I think you took the Browns also.
No, I took the Bengals.
All right.
I took
Okay.
the Bengals in a pool that Bennett.
I don't
memory.
I don't think I lost any other game, Chief.
Memory, okay, fine. So the Broncos 27-17 winners last night. I was happy that the Chiefs were in it. I kind of feared the worst with this game. I thought it would be, a 35-17
really?
game. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Well, you're only off by a touchdown.
I was.
That's what you
I
thought
was.
it
But I mean, what did you think? I mean, were you happy that the Chiefs
No,
were in
I
it?
thought the Chiefs would. I mean, listen, I wanted the Chiefs to win, but I thought it was a good game. I thought they played well. I thought Alex Smith made some big mistakes, which were uncharacteristic
Like
of him.
what?
Taking bad sacks and not throwing the ball away. I think he did it at least 2 times, maybe 3.
He was repeatedly chased though throughout
Well,
the
he
game.
was, but
getting
I mean,
pushed out of
but
the
he's
pocket.
been been chased for a long time, and he's smart enough to know to get rid of the ball. And listen, you take when I say chased, CHASED.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right.
And
I was like, how do you know?
I've been trying.
Second half.
But other than that, I thought he played a good game. They threw the ball downfield more than the Chiefs have, and it seems like he and Riddick Bowe are Dwayne Bowe. Yeah, so it's only the 700th time I've done that. That he and Dwayne Bowe seem to be connecting, and that's good for the Chiefs. But this is the Broncos game.
A couple of things. One, Dwayne Bowe had a couple of drops.
Yeah.
He caught 4 balls
Riddick
for
Bowe.
57 yards, all in the first half. I know specifically what he did because I bet over 54.5 yards, and he had it at halftime.
On Bowe?
Yeah, but then he didn't. Catch a ball in the second half, which was telling, I thought. And Avery had a big drop. Then there was the fumble after the.
So you had the over on Dwayne Bowe?
I had the over. Yeah, it was a
So you were somewhere over Dwayne Bowe. I'm done. My work is done here. Thank you very much.
Here's the better question.
That was so good.
Here's the better question I think we should ask. Can Riddick Bowe play wide receiver?
I think it's funny. I was watching a lot of the NFL Network, and it was all the talk about how the Chiefs proved something because they didn't get run out of town. They hung in there with a couple of drops. They were close to making some very big plays.
Yeah.
The negative is they put no pressure on Manning at a
None.
time when you would think.
But aren't
that,
they supposed to hang in there? I mean, they're the undefeated team at
Right,
that
but
point in the NFL. Did
On
anybody
the road
think
against
that
a
On the
team
road
that is
with the-
arguably better, who has the best
Sure,
maybe
but
single
I never,
player
did
in the
anybody
NFL
think that
right
was
now.
going to be a blowout? What was the line on that game?
Ricky.
7.5.
7.5,
I
8.
thought it would be more. I mean, I thought that they would win by 2 touchdowns.
I thought that. Well, I mean, it's funny. You can just look at it with whatever through whatever prism you want to. I thought the Chiefs showed that they are probably, that team that loses 27-17 to the Broncos and hung in there, made some mistakes, and still was nominally in the game. That means they're probably going to win a playoff game. That team, capable.
And it also means they play the Broncos again in 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
it also
yeah,
means
yeah.
that's a game.
That'll be a yardstick,
Yeah.
obviously. That said, it's a team that was down 27-10 in the fourth quarter. Like to me, it never quite felt like the Chiefs were about to win that game. At no moment did I really feel like, even when they were down 17-10 in the third quarter, and in a position to drive and tie it. The game featured, I think the over/under on punts was 9.5, right?
It was punt porn.
I mean, it must have been. I was going to look. It must have been 20 punts in that game.
Yeah.
But it was the Colquitt brothers.
It
Going
was the-
back and forth,
Right,
back and
yeah.
forth. It was fun.
13 punts in the
You
game.
really thought that the Chiefs at one point in that game had 0 chance of winning when
Rick, you're quoting me a little too literally. I just mean that as you're watching a game, I did not feel that the Chiefs were in a position to win it. I never felt like the Broncos
they
were
were on
threatened.
their
Totally
heels.
agree.
I always felt like they were, and I felt like if they did manage to drive down and tie it at 17, the Broncos were going to answer right back.
Yeah.
Their
So
defense wasn't. Peyton Manning was on his feet the entire game.
Yeah.
From the beginning, they weren't showing or they were trying, but I don't know what the Broncos did to make sure that Peyton Manning didn't get sacked.
Well, or I don't know what
during the week
other teams have done to get to him when they have, which isn't frequent this season. But I mean, they
have.
yeah, but I
Well,
mean,
the
they
last
haven't.
few
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's
there
the
was,
most we've seen this year.
Exactly.
I mean, those ankles you saw, I'm sure you all saw the close-up of his ankles that just looked like two giant things of tape,
Right.
basically.
But he still moved around the pocket as well as he
Yeah.
ever moves around the pocket. You know, nobody steps up better than he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't run, but
And they were able to shut down Jamal Charles, which really,
Yes.
it changes the way the Chiefs play if you do that, and that's a dangerous thing. You know, they have the Chargers next week. Do the
16
Chiefs?
16 carries for 78 yards, but I think he had a 133.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
one
he had
long one.
one long run. The only reason that, and I know that you kind of made a jab at me is saying that it was too literal, but I thought that they were just that one play away from either McCluster or Jamal Charles from getting right back in that game, and unfortunately they didn't get
That goal line
it.
stance, had they scored there, had they scored a touchdown there, I think that would have.
They would have made it 17-14 at the break.
Yeah.
Can we pull up the schedule very quickly for the Kansas City Chiefs, just so we could look at it? As you said, next week they play San Diego, so that should be a win. I think we can all agree. No,
Is that game in?
that is
Arrowhead?
at Arrowhead.
Well, they have the Chargers. Like the Broncos, they have the Chargers twice.
Yeah.
My hunch is they'll lose one of those games.
They'll lose.
Right.
Maybe they'll lose at the end of the season in San Diego. It's the last game of the
Right, so they may.
So
not
this
be-
is the
they may
Broncos. This is
even
not the
be
Chiefs.
scheduled.
We could talk about the
Oh,
Broncos.
that looks like a good schedule.
They're at New England next Sunday night, and then they go to Kansas City, as we already discussed. Tennessee, San Diego, Houston, Oakland. I mean, those are
Not hard to get two tougher games than
New England.
Agree with
the
Kansas
two they
City.
got coming up.
Yeah, and then it's hard to get 4 easier ones.
Then it's hard to get 4 easier ones. Yeah.
Well,
But Matt McGloin is bringing back the Raiders, dude.
he is, and then there's also a quarterback controversy in Houston now. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a moment.
That was shocking.
We'll talk about that in a
Yeah.
moment. Can we go to the Chiefs schedule as well, guys? So here we go. San Diego, Denver, at Washington, at Oakland, and then the Colts at home.
You can't expect to go into Washington and win a football game.
Although 49ers hopefully do.
Man, the degree of apathy that I have now is really, it astounds me every week.
I mean, so
That's-
Denver was the first team that they played with a winning record. Kansas City this
That's
week,
right, yeah.
right? And they lost
when they played them.
when
Yeah,
they played them.
Yeah.
Yes. So San Diego, Denver, and I don't know.
I mean, they have a tougher schedule, clearly, but they have to play the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to see that there could be
Three and
there could
three
be three there could be 3 losses there. You could certainly lose to the Colts, the Chargers, and the Broncos, and I mean, and look, it's the NFL. They're going across. They're going into Washington. Those are games.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
in
agree.
Oakland.
Right,
I mean,
you could lose. Yeah, you could lose in Oakland if Terrell Pryor's playing. Of course
Yeah.
they could. Yeah,
For
no
some
question.
reason, that Washington game is drawing a red flag for me for Kansas City.
Especially imagine if they beat Denver. Then the way the NFL works, then you
Yeah.
come back, you go on the road, you
You're
lose to
let
Washington.
down.
Right,
You're
you
let
let down,
down.
you lose to Washington.